So today's video is going to be a little life tip, especially for college students and even students who are not in college in maybe high school or middle school or below. And this is just from experience. I'm a fourth year data science major at UCR. So I've had a lot of experience with exams and stuff. And this is regarding how to efficiently study for exams. So studying is always something that's been hard for not only me, but like most students in general. Not only because it's not the most fun to do, but also because there's no really correct way to do it necessarily. Everyone studies differently and there's different methods that people use. So studying is going to always be something that's like kind of unsolved. Like people don't know how to approach it. But I have some general guidelines that I use that I feel like are really helpful for being able to pass your exams with, a good grade and a high percentage. And ideally, you want to do better than the average in the class. So one of the first things is spending less time reviewing lecture notes. So I noticed that when you're reading something, you have to understand it as well. You can read a long paragraph and realize that you didn't understand. You're like, oh, I read it, but I didn't understand it, right? I haven't been understanding as I've been reading. And that happens a lot, especially because when you're just reading lecture slides, it's just kind of just information overload, just going into your brain. And like, you're not doing anything with that information. So it's kind of hard to learn when you're just reading, not applying. And applying is the thing that you need to be doing. So the most efficient way to study, in my opinion, is to apply it by doing practice problems and by making flashcards, stuff like that. So in some of my classes, mostly the statistics and the CS ones, I usually just grind out practice problems, because when you grind out the practice problems, even if you didn't look at the lecture notes, you'll be able to learn and pick up the material quicker than if you were just to read the lecture notes. And not only that, but even after you read the lecture notes, you're going to have to apply it anyways after. So might as well skip that step completely. Now you can do like a small brief overview of what you're doing by like reading kind of some brief information about the topic before you start applying it. But just going through all the lecture notes, which is what most professors tell you to do, I find is usually not very helpful. Instead, you should just be grinding out stuff. So I have a CS final on. I can schedule whenever I want. I'll probably schedule it for Wednesday or Tuesday. But right now, what I've been doing is I've been reviewing my past two midterms, because this class had two midterms and now has a final. So I've been going through midterm 1, midterm 2, and then I've been going through the assignments with the multiple choice questions and the fill-in questions, all that stuff. Lecture slides, don't even care to look at. I'm just trying to apply the information while I'm learning it at the same time. So yeah, if you guys found this helpful, I feel like everyone could use this information and it's very beneficial towards passing your classes, especially in college. I've had times where I've actually spent, 3 days looking over the material and 3 days practicing it. And I ended up regretting the first 3 days where I was reviewing material, because I could have spent all 6 days just trying practice problems or reviewing, practice material and stuff like that. But yeah, ever since I started doing that, I will tell you that, my averages on exams went up by at least 20%. So a good amount. And so, yeah, hopefully you guys take this advice to heart, and let me know if you disagree at all, or if you have any comments or questions. But yeah, thank you guys. See you guys later.